Hey everyone, Scott Gumbar, owner of Nwaj Tech, proactive IT based in central Connecticut and serving the world. It has been a whirlwind week for me, so we're a little late on this video this week, but nonetheless, we have phishing video, and I had one that I really wanted to share with you, and I can't find it now. So we'll use this. We'll use what we have. So I have one sent to me by a client for the purposes of this video. And I have a couple of other things I wanted to share with you. So let's jump into it. Phishing mitigation for the week of it should have been 3/17, but it's 3/18. First of all, you may or may not have heard Nvidia was breached, had a data breach. Not sure the exact date on it. But one of the things that came out of that data breach was they were using extremely weak passwords. And a lot of times people get phished or vished. Some of the more complex scams occur because of weak passwords. So here's a list of some of the passwords that were found on Nvidia systems. Now, I don't know what those systems were, if they were Active Directory. I certainly hope not, because this should never happen with Active Directory. If some of these were found in apps that were being developed, I'm not really sure, but these were passwords that were found on the Nvidia systems. These were, I guess, top 10. So just look at, first of all, company name. Never, ever use your company name as a password. Your name, your kids' names, your spouse's name, dog, cat's name. None of those things should ever be used as a password. Nvidia 3D, same. Mellanox, ready to work without the O. Welcome, password. Welcome and password. I mean, come on. Come on. And so these people using these passwords, they're probably reusing them or some version of them somewhere else, and they're going to get breached. Well, they already did. My Nvidia 3D, NVDA, a four-letter password, is just extremely unacceptable. Get rid of it. So is a six-letter password. That's QWERTY. QWERTY, in case you don't know, the first six letters on your keyboard from top left. And then September, all of these are all lowercase. Every last one, no numbers except for ready to work and my NVIDIA 3D and NVIDIA 3D, which, I don't follow NVIDIA closely. I don't know if those are products, but I would guess that they are. And so if you know enough about NVIDIA, you have some of this information already. Bad job, NVIDIA, in teaching your employees how to use strong passwords. And bad job, employees. This is just human nature, the laziness part of passwords. This is why people get breached. Here we have an email. This is actually pretty well known phishing scam. If you Google the domain dmpcastings with 2Ts.com, you'll see some more stuff on it. But one of my clients started getting it. And so you see that here, Debbie012@dmpcastings.com. Do you still work in the area of real estate and trust and estate planning law? Would you be able to represent us in a real estate transaction? We're about to purchase a new property at the moment and we'll need your legal advice. And if possible, you can assist us in a real estate transaction. Some redundancy in the grammar. So that was actually what caused the client to think something was off about this email. Please let me know when we can set up a phone call or come over to your office. I can also send a sales agreement and the two parties involved for a conflict check. How can we set up estate planning? So first of all, they're asking about two different transactions, real estate and estate planning. Those are two different things. The grammar, not terrible, but it just felt a little off to the client, and I can understand why it feels a little off to me as well. Another thing that concerns me here is that there's no signature in the email. Typically, if you own a business, you have some type of signature in your email. And especially now, I'm telling all of my attorneys to have very specific verbiage in their signature about how, essentially to avoid BEC scams that says we will never ask for payments to be redirected via email, and some other language that helps prevent somebody from being scammed, but no signature whatsoever. And then they receive the same exact emails from the same domain, but a different person. And I looked the domain up. The domain is a few years old. I think it's 6 years old, if I remember correctly. I think it was 2016. So my suspicion is that the domain was somehow stolen and is now being used for this purpose. That would be my suspicion. I don't know that for sure, but it is all over the internet. So if you look this up, you'll see other people receiving similar emails. And then finally, we have, this is a WordPress site. This is actually my WordPress site. So I get spam/phishing comments on my blog posts all the time. And so you can see here, first of all, some of these are not in English. I can't read that. I don't know what it says, but this is a URL. This is a URL. How do I know? It's the blue text tells me it's a URL. So it could just be spam, but it could also be phishing. You know, I don't know what that URL takes me to. You can see it's coming from Russia, and we've all been warned. Be careful what comes out of Russia right now, right? Now, this has been something, and I can see XXX here. I don't know if that's what XXX refers to in the US, but I would assume it is. Random messages. Anyway, you have to be careful about what you get on your WordPress site. If you have WordPress or any commenting, really any kind of commenting system, because this is what happens. And you could end up getting a phishing email or a phishing link in the comment. So let's say I click on this link out of curiosity, and that website now has malicious content and installs something on my computer. It could be a crypto jacker. It could be something else. That's where you're going to run into problems. So if the comment doesn't look legit, delete it. Get rid of it right away. There are apps that will, or plugins for WordPress that will delete mass comments very rapidly. One is called WP Bulk Delete. So you can use that to delete comments that, you know, just stuff like this, get rid of it. Some site owners will turn off comments. I did not, because I do have legit comments that come in. It's up to you. There are also ways to block countries, and I've done it for other clients. I just haven't gotten around to it myself. So you can, I would recommend WordFence is probably the best way to go for that, to block countries. And I also set up multi-factor authentication to log into every WordPress site we manage has multi-factor authentication. But this could be phishing. More than likely it's just spam, but it could also be phishing. And I'm sure that, as we've talked about last week, you know, some website owners are getting phishing submissions through their contact forms on their website. So this is another way it could happen through your comments. Take you to a website, install something on your computer, and now you're in a lot worse shape than you were just a few minutes prior. So hopefully this helps someone, and you know, we'll be back next week. Hopefully next week is not as crazy, but it's a good crazy, so not going to complain. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, stay secure.